In every other sport, you are a reactor. In boxing, you dance with a partner who wants to take your head off. Your instincts take the wheel. In tennis, you respond to a projectile coming at you at 100 miles an hour. In MMA, the threat is constant, physical, and external. But in golf, the ball just sits there. It is a 1.6-ounce sphere of dimpled plastic that doesn't move, doesn't threaten, and doesn't react until you make the first move. This is exactly why golf is the most brutal game ever devised. It is a psychological war where the only enemy is the man standing in your own shoes. Casuals think golf is a vacation, a peaceful walk in the park. They see the green grass and think it's leisure. They are wrong. It's a walk through a minefield of your own insecurities. When you stand over that ball, the silence isn't peaceful, it's deafening. It's the sound of your own heartbeat and your fear of failure screaming at once. You aren't just trying to hit a ball into a hole. You are commanding your nervous system to execute sub-millimeter precision while your brain actively tries to sabotage you. Your palms start to sweat against the grip, your breath becomes shallow, and the fairway narrows until it looks like a tightrope stretched over a dark abyss. Every muscle fiber must be in perfect sync, yet your mind is racing with the memory of every mistake you've ever made. The air feels heavy, and the target feels 1,000 miles away. To master the green, you must first master this silence. You have to learn how to exist in that void without letting it swallow you whole. Before you conquer the wind or the terrain, you must conquer the internal chaos that rises the second you reach for your club. Welcome to the hardest game you will ever play, the game of absolute self-control.
A golf swing is a miracle of biomechanics, a violent explosion disguised as a graceful arc. It requires the raw power of a lumberjack and the surgical delicacy of a neurosurgeon. Your hips must rotate with force, your weight must shift with timing, and your wrists must snap at the exact microsecond of impact. If you are off by a single degree, the ball vanishes into the woods forever. If your grip is even slightly too tight, the shot slices into the rough. Mastery comes from the perfect, impossible balance of tension and release. You must be solid as a rock at your core, but fluid as water in your swing. This is neural calibration. You've spent thousands of hours in that green t-shirt and beige shorts uniform, hitting ball after ball until the movement becomes as natural as breathing. You are building a high-precision machine out of bone and sinew, designed for the repetitive execution of perfection under extreme pressure. You are training your body to ignore the screaming of your nerves and focus only on the kinetic chain. Drop a like if you're chasing that level of perfection in your own life. Every repetition is a brick in the wall of your discipline. But remember, the moment you think you finally figured it out, the game will humble you. It will remind you that you are not the master. You are merely a student of the wind, the grass, and the gravity that governs us all. You have to respect the physics, but you have to trust your soul to execute them. The club is just an extension of your intent. If your intent is shaky, the result will be a disaster. Stand firm, breathe deep, and let the physics work for you, not against you.
Look at the course. What do you really see? An amateur sees a beautiful, sun-drenched landscape. A master sees a complex, brutal map of risks and rewards. Every bunker is a calculated trap laid for the arrogant. Every subtle, nearly invisible slope of the green is a test of your patience and your ability to suppress your impulses. To become elite, you must stop playing the shot and start playing the terrain. You don't hit the ball to where the hole is located right now. You hit it to the exact spot where you want your next shot to be. This is strategic foresight, the ability to play 3 moves ahead of your own current position. It's the same in business and in leadership. You don't just look at today's profit. You position yourself for the aggressive move you'll make 3 years down the line. If you're ready to master your mental game, hit subscribe. We talk about the mastery of life. Are you looking at the water hazard with a heart full of fear, or are you looking at the fairway with cold, unwavering intent? The terrain is designed to distract you, to tempt you into playing safe when you should be bold, and bold when you should be safe. You must learn to read the invisible lines, the way the wind moves through the trees, and the hidden grain of the grass that will pull your putt offline. This is the hallmark of the professional, the ability to see what isn't there and respect the hidden forces of the game. Mastery is the wisdom to know that the straightest path isn't always the fastest. Sometimes you have to aim 40 yards away from the target to eventually hit it. Strategy is the art of controlled sacrifice for a greater gain. You aren't just fighting the grass, you are fighting the urge to be short-sighted. Every choice on the course is a test of your strategic patience. Then comes the moment we all fear, the yips. It's a sudden, inexplicable loss of fine motor skills. You've made this short putt 1,000 times in practice, but now, with the world watching, your hands begin to tremble. Your brain freezes. This is the mental trap. It happens when the weight of the result becomes heavier than the joy of the process. In golf, a single bad hole can ruin a 4-day tournament. In life, one bad decision made in fear can ruin a year of hard work. How do you recover? You don't do it by trying harder. You do it by letting go. Resilience is the ability to forget the last shot the moment the ball stops rolling. Whether it was a hole-in-one or a double bogey, it's over. It's history. If you carry the ghost of your mistakes to the next tee, you've already lost the match before you've even swung. The mentor teaches you the rule of 3 breaths. 1 breath to acknowledge the pain of the error. 1 breath to analyze exactly what went wrong. And the 3rd breath to let it go forever. Comment below what stops you from executing your best under pressure. You must develop a short-term memory for failure if you want a long-term career in success. A man who fears the next mistake can never execute the next masterpiece. Your focus must be like a cold laser, cutting through the debris of your past failures. Stand tall, reset your stance, and remember, the only shot that matters is the one you are about to take right now. Everything else is just noise in the wind. You have to be able to stand in the wreckage of a bad round and still believe in your own perfection. That is the only way to break the trap. Eventually, the sport disappears. You stop seeing the club, the ball, and even the grass. There is only the intent and the outcome. This is the zen of the game. It is the point where the hero and the master finally become one unified force. You realize that golf isn't a game you play against others. It's a game you play against the limits of your own potential. Every round is a micro-life. It has a beginning, a middle, and an end. It has moments of glory and moments of deep, lonely suffering. But through it all, you remain the undisputed master of your own destiny. You choose the club. You choose the line. You choose the attitude you bring to the ball. If you approach the game with resentment, it will punish you. If you approach it with respect and a quiet mind, it will reveal its secrets. This is the blueprint for survival in a chaotic, unpredictable world. You cannot control the wind. You cannot control the bounce of the ball once it leaves the face of the club. But you have absolute control over your focus, your discipline, and your internal reaction to the result. When you reach this level of clarity, you aren't just a golfer anymore. You are a person who knows how to stand alone in the middle of a vast field and still feel completely at home, because you carry your kingdom within you. You are no longer chasing the result or the trophy. You are embodying the process of excellence itself. You have found the eye of the storm, and that is where true power lives. It is the realization that the game doesn't happen on the grass. It happens inside your soul. The sun is setting over the 18th green. The crowd is quiet. This is where champions are made. Not in the highlight reels, but in the lonely hours of practice when no one is watching and your ego has nowhere to hide. The legacy of the course is the same as the ring or the court. It's about the total mastery of life. You have the tools. You have the discipline. Now you have the mindset to face any hazard the world throws at you. You've learned the hardest lesson, that the longest journey is the 6 inches between your ears. If you're ready to master your own internal game and join our elite circle of those who strive for excellence, take action now. We don't just talk about sports here. We talk about the transformation of the soul through the pursuit of perfection. Every shot you take is a statement of who you are. Every choice you make is a brick in the foundation of your future. The match isn't over until the final point is won. And even then, the next tournament is just around the corner, waiting to test you again. The path to mastery never truly ends, and that is its greatest reward, the constant becoming of something more. Keep your eyes on the ball. Keep your heart in the game. You are the master of your destiny and the captain of your soul. Stand tall. The fairway is waiting. We'll see you at the next tee. Subscribe to join the elite and never miss a step on your journey to the top.